because this is my first Great Depression ever. Oh my god, I'm so excited. But at the same time, I'm like nervy, you know? I hope everything goes well for you guys though. Peace and fucking love.
Hi, this is Dee. Thank you for stopping by. I'm back again with a compilation video on recession. If you have been following the news, you should know that there's a recession that is supposed to be coming at any time. Some people have the belief that we're already in a recession. Social media right now is flooded with a lot of people talking about the recession, a lot of people panicking and giving different think pieces about the recession and what you should expect with it. So we're going to be taking out these videos and see what people's thoughts are and what their fears are about this recession that we're about to go into. By the way, I am of the belief that we are already in a recession. I do feel like maybe we're going to go through an amplified depression. We have been depressed for a while now. Before we get right into this video, please make sure you click the like button. It helps with the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. Let's get right into this video.
I was 11 during the Great Recession. I remember my dad being genuinely just stressed out to the max, always having the news on, always just talking about it because my dad was a car salesman. This man sold cars through the Great Recession. He had been selling cars in this country since the 70s. And I remember being genuinely concerned about if my dad was going to be able to afford to live. And it was also the same time my dad was dealing with immigration stuff that was costing him, at the end, it cost him like $70,000 to be able to stay in this country during the Great Recession. And when my freshman year of college, I took a psych class because I was an education major on, what has made Gen Z the way that they are. And one of the proponents of it is the Great Recession. Whether or not Gen Z was aware, they watched their parents lose their jobs. They watched their parents struggle to put food on the table. If they had older siblings that were millennials that were graduating college, they struggled finding a job. And Gen Z, no matter their age, saw this and now don't value education. They have residual trauma from it. And Gen Z is graduating college. I'm the oldest band of Gen Z. I'm 97. And now Gen Z is dealing with that themselves. They can't pay their student loans. There's no aid for them. They can't get jobs because there's no jobs. Jobs are systematically being erased. And we all thought the Great Recession was the worst thing it could be. And it got worse. And that is a frightening thing as someone who is educated. And I don't have an answer. And it's really scary because I literally teach Gen Z, Gen Alpha kids. I teach them Avid. And I'm like, here's why you should go to college. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, is college worth it at this point? Are they going to be able to get FAFSA? Are they going to be able to get Pell Grants? Are they going to be able to get student loans? Are they going to be able to afford college? Are their families going to be able to put food on the table tomorrow? Are they going to make it to college? But yeah, let's give tax breaks to billionaires.
Someone who was a young 20-year-old who lived through the 2008, 2009 recession, what did y'all do?
This is an excellent question. I don't think the recession that's about to come will even compare to the one we had back then. And I mean that this one might be worse. When recession number one hit in 2008, I was freshly married. Our rent, I think, was maybe $700 and we were on 2 incomes. So it doesn't feel as hard when you're living with another person, you've got 2 incomes, than this one will feel. For a lot of you who live alone, fast forward to 2009. I worked at an industry association and a lot of our members were in the automotive industry. We had layoffs. I want to say in the spring of 2009. Fortunately, I did not lose my job, but I think 30% of our staff was cut. Fast forward to summer of 2009, I had just started a new part-time job. So again, money was looking a little funny. I have worked 2 jobs on and off since college. If y'all can get a second job, I would highly recommend it. Recessions are perfect times to pick up a side hustle, a second job. You need a second source of income because if one goes, you can ramp up the other and vice versa. Last thing I'll say about the recession of 2008, 2009 compared to the recession that's coming now is we didn't have all the other noise going on in the background. We still had some hope because my president is black, my Lambo's blue. That was the vibes, even though the recession was looking a little shaky. Government programs weren't being cut. Federal workers were still largely safe. It feels vastly different. While as an elder millennial, I've been through a couple of these recessions, I'ma just be honest, babes. I don't think any of us other than our grandparents who went through the Great Recession, have any idea of what this is about to feel like. Our advice is not going to help because we haven't been through what we're about to go through collectively.
Major recession indicator. My mom has completely stopped talking about facials altogether. I haven't heard her mention a facial in at least a month. So things must be going bad. I'll have to look into it.
Gen Z really got the short end of the stick. As soon as we graduate, there's a global pandemic and we have to stay in our houses for about 2 years. We thought the economy was bad. It's only getting worse now. I am moving back in with my parents because I cannot afford not to. And I think that is one thing that people do not talk about enough is the lack of opportunity for Gen Z. Unless I wanted to go into severe debt and move away, I can't do that. I'm sorry, Anthony Bourdain. All I want to do is travel, but I can't.
For those asking if the lead up to the 2008 recession feels like right now, which is the lead up to the 2025 recession, no. Nope. Big nope energy, okay? No. The difference, one of the differences that is probably the most obvious, 2008, we had hope and change right around the corner, baby. Barack Nam was on the way. It was still an election cycle and we had not voted for him yet, but we at least knew that there was somebody around the corner that could possibly help and get us out of that situation. Right now, baby, 2025, that's it. Ain't no help on the way. This is it. For the next 4 years, Barack Nam ain't coming. Okay, they at the house. Ain't no help. So while there were many factors that were at play, that was one of the big ones.
Yeah, because y'all wasn't around for the last recession. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know how that. You got gas money? Shit used to hit different. Gas was $4-5. Fuck basketball practice, nigga. Fuck track practice, nigga. Shit was rough. And I was a kid and I knew shit was rough. Now, we're the new adults. Some of y'all got kids. I had 4 siblings. 4. Used to be 5. So this was a household of 7. Shout out to my mama. Shout out Whip and them food stamps. You hear me? But it's finna get real boy. But I hope you got a job making halfway decent money because everything about to be expensive as hell. If you got a house, I hope you got a good deal on it. Because when they say shit go under, this shit about to be bad. You better save your money. Y'all better start saving, for real. You think you finna be going to Dubai and up? And you know we on the cusp of war. You know what I'm saying? Shit is real out here. I ain't gonna lie, it might be worse than when my parents went through this shit, bro.
You guys, the recession is knocking on our doors. Whatever you do, save your money. Do not let these influencers trick you. It is about to be historic. Stop overspending. You do not need to book that trip. You don't need to buy that lip combo. You probably deserve it, but please, whatever you do, save your money right now. I will be your Black Bradley on a budget. I need to do better myself, but please.
America has been in a recession. Anybody that's telling you otherwise, please. The fact that people can't afford basic necessities like food, shelter, and housing speaks volumes. Most people actually have to put these expenses on credit cards and take debt out. If you disagree with me, prove me wrong.
The word recession is flying around a little too much lately. It's going around. And my parents got divorced in the 2008 recession. Yet my mom ended up a single mother living in a homeless shelter with 4 kids after owning 7 acres of land and a 12-bedroom house. We won't say the R word around this. I just had a congressman, an elected official, get on my mother TikTok timeline on the bill I paid through mother T-Mobile and say, we just gotta wait them out. Save up at least 12 months worth of emergency funds. Wait who out? Y'all need to keep that R word to yourself, bitch, cause who? Not me. I will not do another 4 years in a recession. 2008 was bad. Parents arguing all night, every night. Grocery store, post office, in the car, bitch, at church, arguing down because they can't afford shit. And you think I'm gonna do another 4 years like '08? And then, do y'all not remember the 4 years from '08 to 2012 when everybody thought they were gonna die because the Mayan calendar ended? Bitch, I'm not going through that again. We're not doing that again. I will not eat kidney beans from a can and salmon croquette and split Quaker Oats oatmeal and cut up apples again. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting my kids through it. So, JP Morgan and Chase, thanks for ringing the alarm bell saying that there's a 40% likelihood increase on our word, a recession. Bitch, not this generation. I'm not going. I'm not going. I don't have 12 months of an emergency fund that y'all telling us to save up. I don't even have 12 minutes of emergency fund. What the fuck you think we go? Where we getting 12 months of emergency fund? Shut the fuck up. Please, please. Y'all is driving my blood pressure up. Okay? Wrap this up by tomorrow. I got books to read. I got stuff to drink. And I'm not going through another fucking recession.
I'm going to explain to you guys how much more expensive things are today than they were even 3 years ago based off of my current financial situation. So 4 years ago, when I graduated law school, I graduated making $65,000 a year. I was living in a 1-bedroom by myself, paying $1,400 a month. After the first 3 months, my boyfriend moved in, and so then we were splitting it, so it was $700 a piece. But he lost his job at one point, and so for 3 months before he got a new one, I was covering the rent all by myself. So it was about 6 months of me paying $1,400 a month for that year-long lease. Now I make about $85,000 a year. I have 2 roommates, and we split the rent 3 ways. And usually my rent is like $950, something around that. So I'm making technically $20,000 more a year. I'm paying roughly the same of what I was paying in rent. And I have never been more stressed out about money in my entire life.
Honestly, I just need a rant. And I'm just going to go ahead and rant here because I don't even know where else to rant. I'm kind of embarrassed to even kind of speak on this, but I don't even know who to even talk to. I hate being in my 20s. Like, it has to be so like, why is this so hard being an adult right now? Like, I don't understand. Like, I was scrolling through my pictures, deleting some pictures and clearing out some of my pictures. I found a picture of, a year ago or 2. And for example, the prices on eggs, they were $3. Now you're talking about $10. Like, we don't even get paid enough for any of this. And it sounds embarrassing to want to say that I'm like exhausted. And I don't know. I'm just tired. I don't know what to do. How are people surviving out here? Sometimes I feel like I'm delusional and I'm like the only one that's like kind of like struggling out here. I don't know. I've been trying to I don't know.
I see a lot of people giving tips on how some people should learn to prepare their food, just eat rice and beans, try to maximize. They give tips mainly on the food that people are going to be eating, how to cut down on your costs. The reality of it is, honestly, growing up in poverty will have you trained on how to because you're always you've always been living on survival mode, so you just try to fix up things together and try to make it work. That's just what it is. And this whole situation will take a lot of resilience. We just have to try our best to spend less on things that you do not need. It's things have been expensive and they just continuously keep being expensive, so try your best to not spend too much on things that you do not need and try to maximize the stuff that you have. And these are times where we should also be just like our parents, where they tell us that there's food at home and you don't need to buy out, because buying food out or all those DoorDash, Uber Eats and stuff like that, you need to cut it out. Okay, make sure you try your best to manage money and always have something good. You might end up not having anybody to run to for help because every other person is struggling too, so make sure you have your things together. And these are times that we need community. These are times that we need to have each other's back. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I really appreciate you. Make sure you click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time. I will see you on the next one. Bye.